Welcome to another episode of GooberPasta. Do you like spooky oatmeal? Well, if you do, this song is not about spooky oatmeal. It's not a song either. It's a dumbass story about stand-up comedy, and it's spooky! I hadn't been to a comedy show in years. Not after what happened. You see, I used to be a stand-up comedian myself, and then I realized the horrible truth. That truth is that every comedian talks about several topics, and only several topics. It's either their relationship, their penis, bad sexual jokes, politics, or trivial everyday thing that happens in life. And that's it. Nothing else. They're all the same. And I was becoming one of them. I was doing a show in Butte, Montana. I had a crowd of about 50 people. I got up there with my usual opening joke. I delivered my opening line. "What's the deal with my penis?" I said. The crowd booed. A guy got up and said he couldn't take another penis joke from another comedian, and he threw a can of creamed corn at me. Why he had a can of creamed corn, I don't know, but he did. Yeah, it was a weird thing to bring to a comedy show. I was lucky to dodge it. The crowd began throwing all sorts of various canned goods at me. Why people in Butte, Montana choose to bring canned goods to comedy shows is beyond me. Little did I know there was a food bank next door, and a lot of people just decided to go ahead and pick up some food before they came over to the show in order to save a trip. Butte, Montana is a very weird place. But that was the last time I ever did a show. I went into a deep depression, and I had to analyze my ability as a comedian. I came to the conclusion that in order to be a good comedian, it was always going to be the same. I was going to have to tell one of the 7 different topics. And I wasn't going to do that. So I permanently retired from comedy. 10 years later, I was feeling that itch that I needed to return to comedy. But I haven't seen a show in quite some time, so I was going to have to see what the scene was like. I got a call from one of my buddies, Greg. Greg said, "What's up, dude? You ready to go to a comedy show?" Greg, how did you know that I wanted to go to a comedy show and that I was thinking about getting back up on stage? Because that's all you've been talking about for years and years and years, and you never do it. You constantly post on social media, and you never do it. It's like people just get on social media and they say things and they say they're going to do things and then they never do them. I couldn't believe that social media operated this way, or that people in general said things that they were going to do and then never did them. And that I was one of these people. Okay, Greg, you're right. I'm going to break that cycle, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back and I'm going to go do stand-up comedy. Greg and I went to this new comedy club down on Sheriff Street. It was called The Laugh Bodega. We walked in. It was an eerie place. I walked up to the guy standing behind the counter. I said, "Hey, I'd like to sign up for the open mic." Good. We need fresh talent. That was kind of weird, I thought, but I decided not to pay attention to it. I went and sat in the back with all the other comedians. They were all different, in a way, casually dressed, notes in hand. I was talking with a few of them. "So what kind of jokes do you guys like to tell?" One guy just looked at me square in the eye and said, "Oh, I tell penis jokes. But I'm not going to tell you them because I don't want you stealing my awesome penis jokes." Because there's so many ways that you can tell a joke about your genitals. And it goes over so well with all the audiences. Wow, this guy was going to do the same types of jokes I was. I better think of something different fast. I looked over at another guy, and I said, hey, what kind of jokes are you going to be telling? He goes, oh, I got a bunch of sexual assault jokes. I don't really get a lot of laughs. I more get a lot of moans and groans. One time, I had a lady get up and punch me right in the face after telling a joke where the punchline was rape in a KFC bathroom. It was a funny joke. The audience is just stupid and they don't get it. But my jokes are great. Oh no. I'm in trouble, I thought. It's gonna be another comedy show where guys are telling penis jokes and sexual assault jokes. And those are the jokes that I like to tell too. I'm gonna have to think of something fast. The show started. Greg was out in the audience because he was a good, supportive comedian friend. He evolved beyond penis jokes and sexual assault jokes and was actually having a pretty successful career for himself. How he was able to get laughs without talking about his ding-a-ling was beyond me, but he was. So the show started. The first comedian got up there, and all of a sudden I could hear him start rattling off his jokes. Penis, 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 penis. Penis, 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 penis. Penis, 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 penis. The crowd was eating it up. Finally, I thought, to my relief, an audience that actually understands good comedy. He was telling good penis joke after good penis joke, and they were liking every bit of it. He got off the stage to a big round of applause. The host came running back real fast. Good job, my man, he said to the successful comedian. Now head through that door. The comedian headed through the door. It closed with a loud thud and a lock behind it. That must be the room where all the successful people go to get a pass. You see, a pass is what happens when you go to a comedy club enough and you complain and you whine enough times that you finally get accepted by the comedy club and they pay you lots and lots of money to go up there and talk about your wing wang or whatever stereotypical topic a comedian talked about, which I was really happy about. It was my turn. I felt myself get very nervous. I knew I was going to have to go up there and tell some killer jokes in order to get this crowd behind me, and that I could finally get a pass and fulfill my comedy dreams. I got up there, and I started with one that I knew was going to kill. Anybody here from Albuquerque? I said. Nobody said anything. Good, because you know what happens in Albuquerque? Rape in a KFC bathroom. The audience roared into laughter. I knew that joke was going to kill with this audience because I had finally come with an audience that understood comedy. It wasn't just an open mic audience or wasn't just one of those people. I think they're called liberals that don't laugh and get offended at everything. But I was killing it. I told all my great jokes. I told the joke about how my roommate got raped. I told the joke about how I used to do the Dougie at college bars. I told 7 jokes about my genitalia, and they were all great. Then I mentioned my roommate was male. Yeah, that makes the joke even funnier, but I killed it. They gave me a standing ovation as I walked off stage. The host came running back real quick after he brought up the next comedian. Hey man, go ahead and head on back there. I knew my time had come. I had got a pass. I opened the door and I walked in. The door shut behind me with a loud thud and everything got bright. White bright. All of a sudden I was surrounded by millions and millions of TV monitors. Kind of like that scene in The Matrix where Neo goes in and he finally makes it to the heart of everything, or whatever the hell the Matrix is, to meet that one guy, the architect, or whatever the hell his name is. But this time, I recognized the face immediately. It was the ultimate open mic comedian, James Bonaventure. I recognized him immediately and ran up to him. Mr. Bonaventure, are you telling me that by coming back in this mysterious magical room that I'm going to get a pass at this comedy club? And I'm going to be able to tell all the perverted jokes where the punchlines are just something about my dong or something about sexual assault or the occasional political joke? And I'm going to get to do that, and you guys are going to pay me lots and lots and lots of money? And I'll never have to work on my comedy again. Like sit around and think of jokes and, create well-timed, logical jokes that aren't about all those topics I just discussed. That I'm never going to have to do any work to become a successful comedian. That gigs will just fall into my lap, and I'll immediately get 1 million follows on all my favorite social media platforms. No, he said to my surprise. No. You see, this is an extermination program. You're here to be eliminated. What? Eliminated? You're going to extinguish the comedy gold? I did not get canned goods thrown at me in Butte, Montana, just to come in here and told I was going to be eliminated. You see, son, he said, the world is filled with comedians like you. I was shocked and insulted that he would say that my material is just like everybody else's material. I'm very funny, I said. I killed with my buddies. I once told a joke that I stole from another comedian on my Facebook, and it got laughs, I tell you. Listen, pal, the comedy world is just oversaturated with open mic comedians like you that tell the same jokes over and over and over again. You guys don't go away. We thought you were going to make it, but, we finally realized that after all that talk you did on Facebook about how you're eventually going to get back into comedy, we knew it was only a matter of time before you did, and we knew we had to do something. This place has been in operation for years, eliminating the worst comedians ever. So go ahead and tell your final dick joke, because it's all over for you, pal. Great, I thought. I didn't have any more good jokes like that. All I knew is they were going to eliminate one of the best comedians in the world. Well, how you going to do it, he said. The only way we're going to eliminate you is by one of your own jokes. A bunch of guys came over and put a sack over my head. They took me to a KFC bathroom where I was beaten to death with a bunch of guys' penises. Thank you, bitches.